Okay, so I've got Brendan Morgan with us today. How are you, Brendan?
I'm very well, my brother. How are you?
Very good. Brendan's been selling businesses around 25 years. We're going to talk today, Brendan, quickly. You have sold a lot of tyre shops. We just want to talk quickly about how to sell a tyre shop. What are some of the main challenges that you've come across in selling those in the past? We'll start by talking to you about being an independent tyre shop or part of a franchise or buying group. Is that one of the things you've seen?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, tyre shops come in all different shapes and forms, and certainly there's a lot of franchise tyre outlets around Australia, and they're your typical Bob Jane, Goodyear, and then there's some buying groups like Tyre Power, for instance. So they are different, and they do attract different types of buyers. I've certainly found with buyers, they are very fond of the buying groups if they've got a little bit of experience in that area, whereas some buyers that may be inexperienced in automotive tyre shops really enjoy the franchise setup and the guidance from the franchisors. So typically you're looking at different buyers that are looking at different shops. It's not a rule, but generally speaking.
And we were discussing from a buyer's point of view, they're pretty focused on what the owner's role is in the business, whether they're full-time or sort of have it partly under management and the experience of the staff in there. How critical has that been, what you've been selling?
Very important with bigger tyre shops. Obviously, when you're looking at the overall purchase price of a business like that, it includes the goodwill of the business, the plant and equipment, and also the stock. So you'll find that the entry cost in some states, there's stamp duty applicable as well, bonds on leases, forward rent, insurance, things like that. The entry cost has a lot to do with it. So if you're looking at a tyre shop that is typically the total investment cost to get through the door is in excess of $1 million, really the buyers are looking to have a pretty happy life in that business where they have flexible hours. And therefore, the staff and particularly the sales staff at the counter are very important to that buyer. So it's not to say, however, that small tyre shops that are owner operated don't sell. They also have a place in the market, and that the buyer that's looking for that type of asset, has that budget, and they don't mind actually filling in and helping out their tyre fitters or so on.
Let's just drill down into that a little bit further. You've talked to me in the past about the type of business that the tyre shops are doing, whether it's commercial and trucks, or what portion of the business that is, or whether it's just cars. How important is that from a buyer's perspective, or is there different types of buyers for those?
Well, certainly, tyre shops that are involved in the sale of light commercial tyres, your commercial trucks, heavy vehicles, they've certainly got their place in the market. And if they're in a geographical area where they don't have a lot of competition, they have a very solid income. I recently sold one of those not too long ago, and the buyer that I sold it to was very attracted to the fact that there was, a lot of trade accounts like local council. That particular shop was actually selling tyres to the airport. A lot of government type customers, and he found that very, very attractive. But what he was also looking for was a premises that was actually standalone, and that came up with a lot of people. They didn't really want to get involved in that type of activity unless the premises was a standalone premises and they had adequate parking and room for heavy vehicles to park in the driveway whilst they were attended to by the staff. So they're all a little bit different.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for that. I know there's a lot more to talk about. I just wanted to do a brief overview on tyre shops today. If anyone's looking to sell a tyre shop, you can get in touch with Brendan via the morganbusinesssales.com website. Thank you very much for your time today, Brendan. Much appreciated, and we will talk to you again soon.
Always happy to have a look at the prospective seller's business and try and give them some sound advice.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Have a good day.